Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. We're very, very excited to be here for the first conference in West Palm Beach. Many of you are very familiar to us, and a lot of you are new, and we welcome you to the Neuroendocrine Cancer Awareness Network family. And that's exactly what we are. We are a family. We are here to serve you. We are here to guide you and help you with your journey. So don't ever feel like you're bothering us. The toll-free number is open 7 days a week from 9 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. 1 o'clock in the morning, I get cranky. So I'm going to talk to you about the importance of being a patient advocate. And I'm not talking about being a patient advocate like I am. I'm talking about being your own patient advocate. And I'm talking to you caregivers. You need to be a patient advocate for your family member, friend, mother, father, sister, husband, or wife. Always, always bring somebody to your meetings with the doctors. Always take notes or ask the doctor to, if you can, record it so you can go back. Always look at your records. So hopefully I can do this. Okay. Personal advocacy is life-changing and aims to enhance the patient's care. Personal advocacy is not adversarially. It is widely accepted. Your NET specialist wants you to be involved, okay? When you go see your doctor, you ask questions. If the doctor doesn't know the answer, let them look it up and get back to you. Don't ever be afraid to say no to a doctor. Remember, they work for you, you don't work for them. Patient advocacy, including self-advocacy, helps patients deal with issues and with people who have had an effect on the patient's health. Helps resolve issues about healthcare, helps with other issues like a patient medical condition. Advocates can also raise public awareness about the disease, and can also help with support services, education, and research. Advocates work to bring about change that will help patients and their families. Fun fact, a group of zebras are referred to a herd, a dazzle, or a zeal. So, before we get really, really started, I have a question. If you've been diagnosed in the last month or two, raise your hand. Okay. If you have been diagnosed in the last 6 months to a year. If you have been a year to 2 years. 2 to 4. 4 to 6. 8 to 10. 10 and above. 15 and above. February, 19 years. 19 years ago, I was given the diagnosis of neuroendocrine carcinoid of the small intestines. At the time, they told me I had 5 years to live. I'm here 19 years later, and I'm not going anywhere. So what inspired Robin and myself and our family to start this foundation and being a patient advocate is because I was misdiagnosed for 7 years. And I'm going to go into my story when we do the patient panel. I will tell you, I was told I was crazy, which I am. I was told it was all in my head. I was told I had ulcerative colitis. I was told I had IBS. And as Robert took me to my 7th doctor, or 6th doctor, I should say, holding my hand in the doctor's office, the doctor had the nerve to turn around to me and say that it was all in my head and that it was a symptom of being in a bad marriage, and that Robin and I should go to marriage counseling. And this is the God's honest truth. The doctor actually had the nerve to say that, and I said to him, my husband has stood by me the last 6 years and has gone to numerous doctors through the years. He's sitting here holding my hand. If we had a bad marriage, he wouldn't be here. So don't let doctors tell you it's in your head. It's not. So September was a reminder for us of why we became advocates. In September, I had numerous surgeries. Well, I had 2 surgeries and a couple of hospitalizations. I had a return of my tumor in my mesentery, which we had known about for many years, and I chose to ignore. And I'm here to say that you need to take care of yourselves first before you help others. We are reminded of the long and exhausting journey. Like I said, 7 years, 7 doctors. I need answers. Patients need a place where they can get the facts, talk to somebody who understands what they're going through. And that is why we do support group meetings, which I know in Florida there isn't very active, but we're working on it. We have a leader in West Palm Beach, Rhonda. Where's Larry Schmidt? Larry is in Tampa. We have people that are working in Orlando and other places, so if you're interested in being a group leader, please let me know. Why we also formed it is because we wanted to help others. So NCAN was formed to share the information of what we had learned and to spread awareness of neuroendocrine cancer. When we started the foundation at the time, there was 2 websites. There was the Carcinoid Cancer Foundation, which was started in 1965, and there was a woman named Susan Anderson that lived in Arizona, Sunny Susan. Those were the only 2 websites. Every other website was, you'd be dead in 5 years. So we wanted everybody to know that you're not alone in the journey. So we do NCAN chapter leaders support groups, and these are some of our leaders that met a year ago, September, to learn more about neuroendocrine, how to be trained as a leader and things. Some practical advice about being your own advocate. Need to keep networking. This is an opportunity for you today to network. At lunchtime, talk to the people next to you, okay? At breaks, talk to the people next to you. Move around tables. You don't have to sit in assigned seats. Just start interacting, because the more you interact, the more you learn about this disease, and the more you're going to feel that you're not alone in this disease. I want you to, at one point in your lifetime, you need to reach out to a NET specialist. I'm not saying that you need to go to a NET specialist every month. I'm saying once in your life you need to go to a NET specialist, because these doctors know exactly what they're treating. I can't tell you how many times I get a call, I'm inoperable. My doctor doesn't want to do anything. They're not going to give me Standostatin. They're not going to give me Lanreotide. They told me to go home and get my affairs in order. If I had listened to the doctors, I wouldn't be here. Be a team player, be respectful, but ask questions. If you're not getting what you need, might be time to find a new doctor. Somebody that would be willing to work with a NET specialist, somebody that would be willing to take the information that you bring back from these meetings and learn from them. Be proactive. Ask a lot of questions. Speak to the experts. Go to support group meetings and attend NCAN events like this. These will all give you the strength to know that you're not alone. It'll give you the information you need to empower you to make the right decisions. Okay. So NCAN helps patients and caregivers make lemonade out of lemon. Learn about how to spread awareness. I have been very blessed to be the first recipient of the Monica Warner Award in 2010. And in 2006, I was also honored by AONN with the Hero of Hope Award for the work that I do across the country. Each year, the community comes together. We do walks. We do a walk in Long Island. We do a walk in Charlotte. And we're hoping that each year, one of the other groups will start doing it. We have a thing called Zebra Challenge, where in the month of November, you could raise money and bring awareness to the disease. You don't have to come to one of the walks. You could send up something closer to home. We do a celebration of life, which is a gala that we do in Long Island. We also have a gala coming up in March 21st in Raleigh, North Carolina, if anybody's interested. I don't know how many of you know that Robert and I were the founders of Neck Cancer Awareness Day. In 2009, Novartis approached us because we were the first organization to have Neck Cancer Awareness Month in November for several years, and they asked us to head it up. So we headed it up, and then we got the group together in New Orleans in 2009 and became international. Patient conferences, we've done over 70 conferences in a year. I think this is 75, I lost count. And we get the experts to share their knowledge with the patients and the caregivers. And this is 2007, and as you can see, Dr. Lowell Anthony is there, Dr. Odorisio, and Dr. Jean Waltering, both Sue and Tom Odorisio. So why do we continue our mission to help the community? We need to grow awareness. There was no awareness until NCAN came around. We are the founders of we are the original zebras. And a lot of people think that it's because of the medical school, but the real reason why Robin and I chose it is because no two zebras are exactly the same. Even though a lot of us have the same diagnosis, our symptoms and our response to the treatment are totally different, and that's why we use the zebra. Like our fingerprints, the zebra stripes, no two zebras have the same stripes. We grow awareness with patients, medical professionals, the general public, and we help patients and families navigate their journey. We've really made a lot of progress in the last 15 years, but there is so much work to be done, and we need each and every one of you to help. Now, most people would say, I don't have money to help, this and that. I'm not asking for money. What I'm asking is for your support, spread awareness. Each one of you received in your bag a pin. Wear your pin. Encourage other people to wear the pin. Talk to people. You never know who's going to be online at a grocery store, and you're talking to them, and all of a sudden, they turn out to be a patient. I'll give you an example. When I was getting ready for the hospital, I went to see my surgeon, and my surgeon said to me, Maryann, quick, I need you. And I said, what's the matter? He says, I have a patient in there, and I really need you to talk to her. And I said, okay, well, give me a little background. And he said, well, she's from Indiana, and she came down here 2 years ago to Charlotte, and she was diagnosed with neuroendocrine, and they told her she was inoperable. And she came here to visit her son, and she had a blockage. And so he said, I did the operation. He said, I took out the scans, he said, and I told him, absolutely, we can clean this up. This is not a problem. And she did the surgery and everything else, but you know, she really doesn't know anything about neuroendocrine. So I go into the office, and I said to her, I said, we have a wonderful group in Indiana. And she said, well, I don't live in Indiana. I said, where do you live? She goes, I live here in South Carolina. I said, me too. She goes, yeah, I'm in Fort Mill. I said, me too. She said, well, it's not really Fort Mill, it's like Indian Land. I go, me too. I go, what complex do you live in? She goes, Brook Chase. I went, what? She goes, yeah, I live in Brook Chase. I'm like, oh my God, my husband and I just moved there 2 years ago. The woman literally lived around the corner from me. I was the first person in the last 4 years, or 3 years, that she has ever met that is a NET patient. So you never know where they are. So make sure that you share your story. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something to be proud of. I am a zebra. I am zebra strong, and I am going to survive this. This disease does not define you. You define yourself, your strength, your courage, your treatment. Don't take it that it's a terrible thing. It is a good thing. Yes, it gets me furious when the doctor said this is a good cancer, but honestly, it could be a hell of a lot worse. So take pride in wearing your zebras. Take pride in the fact that you're still here and that you're fighting this disease every day. There's times when you don't want to get out of bed. Get out of bed. Get dressed, because every time you do that, you're surviving another day. It is a blessing. That's why they call it present. It is a blessing that you're here every day. So please remember that. So be part of the solution. Be an advocate for your own care. Be an advocate for your family's care. The future is so bright, I have to wear shades, but thank you. And we'll go into my story a little later. I am really, really grateful that each one of you are here. Make sure each one of you come and find myself, find Robert. Take this opportunity to share your stories. Thank you.